Hey everyone, I'm making this video, and it's about me wanting to give my initial thoughts on this new weekly Shonen Jump series that just started called Undead Unluck by Yoshifumi Tozuka, which was a one-shot that aired about a year ago, and now it seems to have been picked up for a full series. Pretty much, you have this girl here, Fuko, which got born with a curse that strips away anyone's luck when in contact with them, and however long you hold that person, the more devastating the death, or how the more unfortunate it would be. Same thing with however much she likes the person as well. So she wants to kill herself. She'd rather be dead because of this. And you have this guy right here, Andy. Well, he doesn't remember his name, but she names him that because he's an undead and he lives forever. So he wants to die, pretty much. It's pretty simply put to words, he wants to die as well, and he sees this girl's power, and wants to use it so he can finally die. So pretty much this series is about this guy Andy, an undead, wanting to die by the hands of this girl's unluck, curse, or power. Um, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. I don't really see this going far. People are already kind of saying that it seems like it'll be axed before too long. I don't really think so. It seems like this already has a pretty strong liking to it. The community seems to take a general liking to this so far. I like it's launched two chapters. Today the second chapter launched, and I read that too, and I really liked it as well. So I feel like this is gonna be a cute, um, kind of a. It's like it's not your typical rom-com, I would say. It has a lot of funny moments, so I would consider it a romantic comedy, because it is pretty much about them two getting to know each other closer, and he pretty much wants her to fall in love with him, so that it can be like the grandest scale of unluck death there could be. That's gonna be like his point, trying to make her fall in love with her, with him. Um, At the first chapter, I thought it wasn't gonna be much, but in the second chapter, it goes more into detail that there's an organization, apparently, of these types of people with these powers or such, called negators, because they're called negators like these two because they apparently, quote unquote, negate the rules of the world. It goes against the rules of Earth, them being alive and existing. So there's this organization that tries to keep these types of people in control or get rid of them. And they even have its own separate unit called the Union, which is made up of 10 of these negators, and they apparently get exempt from being hunted themselves if they do their missions. So it seems like it might have a little depth to it with this plot that they've mixed in with this organization, but maybe not, since it seems like these two are gonna try to get themselves in the organization themselves to avoid getting hunted. But then again, maybe they could also join them and do missions for them, and that would be the series as he tries to make her fall in love with him. Of course, that means there's gonna be a lot of wacky, like, extraordinary, like, sequences, maybe like planes falling on people. They showed a meteor falling on one dude. That it's crazy. It's gonna be fun. Like I said before, it seems like it's not gonna be that long. This type of premise doesn't have a lot of substance to it. It's very like simple, like point A to point B. Because very quickly it's like this. Oh, seems like I can die by touching her. Oh, seems like kissing her had a greater impact, and oh, seems like maybe she's liking me, meaning that it's gonna be greater. Oh, it seems like if we, no kidding, he really wants this to happen. If we bang, then that would probably give the greatest outcome of the all. So it's like they're already shaking off like a bunch of objectives that's gonna be met at some point already in 2 chapters. So maybe if this is correct, I would give this 30 to 60 chapters. But it's yeah, when it is a shonen, of course. So when you consider it a shonen, that's not really that long, but for this kind of story, it's simple, fun, cute, and romantic. I can see it. I think it fits. This seems like the type of thing that if it gets dragged out too long, it would just get exhausting. Like maybe the mangaka would even start using like the same death sequences or extra like same action scenes over and over again, and that wouldn't be a good thing. So keep it short, simple, fun, and cute. Hopefully that's how this turns out. And also it's very funky, but here you see that thing that's lodged into Andy's head. Apparently that's some chip or something that he has lodged into his brain so that he can remember hundreds of years worth of memories, which basically boosts his power of knowledge of like swordplay and stuff. That's, in my opinion, a little BS, but whatever. I mean, how strong were you gonna make an undead in the first place? The dude's undead. So let's go ahead and give him this one little quirk here to make him a little more interesting. But as you can see here, this cover page of the first chapter is kind of funny because it just shows him just groping her with no remorse, trying to see if that could end up in some kind of unfortunate accident for him. It's funny. If you haven't read this yet, I highly recommend it. It just started. It has 2 chapters. And I feel like I said, it's only gonna last from like 30 to 60 chapters at best. If more, hopefully it doesn't feel like it's dragged out. And I already like the characters too. I think they're great. They're like a great mix. I'm getting like Gajo and Levi vibes from Fairy Tail from these two. That's what I get. Yeah, and that's pretty much my initial thoughts on Undead Unluck, the beginning. It's pretty good. I can't wait for more. If you guys have read it, let me know what you think in the comments. I want to see what you guys think about it, your thoughts. And if you haven't, go ahead and read it and then let me know. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this. I'm kind of rambling on, sorry. But go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I go into I talk more about some of the series that I read, watch, and stuff on there. And also I have an analyst now, analyst.co. I'll go ahead and put that in the description if you want to see what I'm up to, I guess, in the anime manga binging business. And that's all I'm gonna do. Thanks for tuning in to my nonsense once again, and see you next week for chapter 3. Bye.